Right, now we get to the one that I was really interested in, because I've seen this in the charity shop for a few weeks now and not bought it because they wanted £4.99, which is far more than I would normally pay for a normal radio control car. But I was looking at it again in the charity shop and I realised it's proper four-wheel drive. It's actually got universal joint, or what do you want to call it, couplings. So it's steering and all wheels are driven. It's obviously been standing for a while because that's a bit flat on the bottom. It's also got selectable gearing here, W, H and L. I assume L is low gear. Interesting, H is high gear and W is freewheel. So that's a handy little feature. And got on off. I've already put fresh batteries in it. It takes 8 AAAs. No, sorry, 8 AA's. Yeah, 8 AA's. It's a Nikko. It says 1986. Wheel alignment, that's to open the battery compartment. There we go. So it's packed full of batteries. The only thing is, it's another one of these ones where I haven't quite got the right transmitter. Now, I'll show you in a minute. The other thing it's got is a winch on the front. So I would assume that any transmitter that comes with it has probably got a 5th button. So you've got forwards, backwards, left, right, and well, I think they've implemented the turbo button and used it to control the winch. So in the same pack there was these 2 transmitters. So the car and 2 transmitters, £4.99. Because that also gives you a hint, why is there 2 transmitters when it only needs 1? Neither of them have got an extra button on them to operate the winch. That's assuming it's an electric winch. It might just be one that you pull and it winds itself back again, so we won't know till we take it apart. But if we switch it on, remember where the on-off switch was, down there. Okay, forwards, backwards. It's one of those ones that the steering only works when it's actually going forwards or backwards. Oops. So I need to lift it up while I do that. So it works with one of the transmitters that's supplied. I think it also works with this one. Yeah. But that's going to be a pain getting in the way there. Let's just hold it out of the way for now. So we've got 2 working transmitters and a working car, but we're going to have to take it apart and have a look to see what the winch does, whether it's just a pull one or whether there's an electric motor in there to control it. So we'll do that as a separate video, because I do rather like the idea of this high gear, low gear thing. That means it might actually be able to go across the grass if we put it in low gear, crawler gear. I think my friend Jag Betty, that I follow on YouTube, has said in the past that he used to demonstrate Nikko radio control toys. many years ago. So he might even recognise this one. What did I say? Let's say 1986. Or was that 85? I can't quite. That's a 5, isn't it? 1985. It might have been the sort of time he was demonstrating them. I'll just run it up and down the kitchen a little bit so we can see it going. One thing I've noticed is it seems to be susceptible to some sort of interference in my house, because every so often it takes off on its own. Anyway, we're in low gear, so oh, bonus, we've got headlights. Right, let's see what happens if we put it in high gear. Oh, I've just noticed on the back there's a power socket. So I expect you can have Nikko batteries in there and charge it up. Try it in high range first. Okay, let's go to low range. Got it stuck there, haven't we? I'll hold it still. Not enough grip. How about a bit of an angle? Oh, wheel just fell off. Well, that's interesting. Didn't expect that. I do like it though. It's a lovely little car. Yeah, pleased with that. A supplementary bit of video, because I've just been fiddling with this car a little bit more, and I figured out how to get the winch to work. You will notice I've got it wound up now. We were looking under here earlier at this manual switch for the gearing. I don't know if the light will catch it. Oh, there we are. So we've got L for low gear, H for high gear, neutral, and W. It took me a while to work it out. It's W for winch. So when you put it right over that way, then instead of driving the wheels, it drives the winch. Now, there is only a problem that I mentioned before, at least I think I mentioned it before. This one seems to be susceptible to interference. If I just switch it on, sometimes it starts off on its own, particularly if anything gets near the aerial. Yeah. Now, I assume that's a fault, but I don't know if it is, because when I switch it into winch mode, that's actually quite useful. So we're in winch mode now. If I switch it on and operate the transmitter, it'd be better if we had it over that way a bit. Oh, this wasn't the good transmitter. This one only goes one way. But if I touch the aerial, it's actually driving the motor in the opposite way. And it's bringing the winch in. So I've no idea if that's intentional. I can't imagine it is, because I can't stop it now. It's still trying to drive it in. If I It seems to be picking up interference from the camera, because the aerial's close to the camera now. It's weird. Operate the motor. So I think that must be a problem. I can't imagine it's designed to do that. Seems to be some sort of capacitance problem. Just the fact the aerial's rocking, you can possibly hear the motor juddering. So, operate the transmitter. Get anywhere close to the aerial. Definitely a problem. Because it might be the lighting in here causing a problem, I don't know. But odd. But at least I figured out that the winch is operated. Let's it off again. The winch is operated by the W position. So what happens if I put it in neutral? Thinking about that, if it is a capacitance problem, maybe I need to add a capacitor or a resistor to the aerial termination, and that might cure it. So I can't imagine that's supposed to do that. Oh, the other thing I found out, because one of the front wheels fell off earlier, and they do pull off. I don't know how they're held in place, but they pull off. Which is interesting. The back wheels don't, but the front wheels do. So, there we go, an extra bit of video. What did we decide? It's a winch Hilux, 4-wheel drive, 4x4. It's made by Nikko. It is calling out for a hobby grade conversion, but I'm not sure about the steering. We'll have a look inside in a later video. Well, this is a supplement to the supplement. If I use this transmitter, we don't seem to be getting the interference. We use this one. We've then got that shuddering. But as soon as I've used this one, that shuddering stops. Interesting. That light's gone out. Looks like it sort of links to it. Light comes on to indicate it's linked. If you leave it doing nothing, then it dies away. I'll just demonstrate that winch again. Quite a strong winch as well, isn't that? Yeah. Impressed with that.
Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. My second channel, Grandad's Other Channel, is where I put the longer videos with more detail. Then there's my Facebook page, and you can follow me on Twitter. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. And if you fancy some Grandad merchandise, I have 2 shops, one on Redbubble and the other on Cotton Cart. Finally, you can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.